Hello, and welcome to another episode of Jaxon Talks. Everybody, with me, your host, Jaxon Stone, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. Her name is Alex.
Hello.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Or Allie.
No, I go by everything.
What's your most favorite name that you go by?
My best friends actually call me Creamy or Creams.
Creams.
Not for what you think.
No. Please explain.
Because of my skin tone, one of my best friends, I was just really tan. And I don't know, she just started calling me Creams. And then I'd call her French Vanilla. Just kind of, we like coffee, I guess. And then,
We love coffee.
And then if I'm upset, a friend of theirs actually started calling me Crunchy. Like peanut butter.
So creamy for the good days, crunchy for the bad days?
Yeah.
So I'll stick with Alex. Okay.
I mean, that's fine.
But today is July 23rd.
It is.
2020.
Yeah.
And the new way to start this podcast.
Oh, there's a new way?
Yes, a better way is I'm asking you, how are you doing? Really, how are you doing?
How am I doing? It's rough, man. I'm not even gonna lie.
There's a lot going on. A lot going on for you personally, a lot going on in the world overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been actually a pretty... Beginning of the year wasn't bad. And then quarantine happened, of course. Quarantine wasn't too crazy until I started getting a little stir crazy.
Right. But you're with your mom?
I was with my mom and our 3 dogs. I actually had to put down a cat during quarantine, so that was hard. And then I had to start. Then the panic started hitting because I am prepping for a show.
We'll get to that for sure.
In August, yes. Yeah. I actually started prep during quarantine with no gym, which was a struggle because all I had were my Man Sports resistant bands. 1 15-pound weight, 2 25-pound plates, no cardio machine at this time. Yeah. So a lot of jogs and stuff, which actually kind of sucked because my ankle is still messed up.
Right.
So then that happened, and then, now we're further into the prep, and a lot more of life stuff is starting to happen, and,
Trying to stay on track, right?
Just trying to stay there and trying to keep my mind focused on what the goal is.
For sure. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
But I want to first touch on your background, where you grew up.
Okay.
Who you are.
Okay.
And then just tell us your story a little bit. But first,
so different from our last one.
There was no last one.
Stop. There was a last one, and it was great.
It was. We had a good conversation, but I've previously spoke about on a few episodes before this one, those episodes were removed. Because, you know why. But this conversation will be a lot different. And I think we're going to get into a little more deeper conversation, which is what now this podcast is about.
Right.
Which you already knew because we've had a lot of conversations about such topics before. Now we're just going to do them for other people because it'll resonate with them and help them in their journey and their struggle. But
crack that open because it's going to sound so crisp in the mic.
Jaxon Talks, everybody. Unofficially sponsored by miniature-sized Bud Lights. All right. Oh, man.
I can't wait to hear that.
God's water. I hope the mic catches me this go down my throat. It's so nice and smooth. God's water. Refreshing.
I'm sorry it's not coffee.
It's
honestly, I'm pretty disappointed it's not coffee, but it's whatever.
It's late at night. It's
You're right.
It's 8:30 p.m. here in everybody's land,
Everybody's land, yeah.
In Plano, Texas. But okay, go ahead with the question I asked you. A little bit of your background, where you're from, your story.
My background, I'm from Texas. I've lived here my whole entire life.
Born and raised in Texas.
Yes, I've never lived 30 minutes away from Fort Worth. I've always been there. I've grown up there. Know everything. I've been through all construction, eras of 35 and stuff like that. What was the other part?
Like, what were you like growing up? What was your family situation like? What was the environment you grew up in?
It was good at the start.
I mean, I know your mom. She's amazing.
My mom is awesome. Actually, me and my mom did not get along for a while.
Oh, really?
I was probably the worst child. My sister was the angel. Oh. I don't know what, nobody could ever guess that. But no, me and my mom actually didn't start becoming super close until around high school.
Yeah.
Because I was always the rebellion kid of, I'm going to do whatever I want,
sure.
when I want, how I want, whatever.
It's okay.
Can I
just keep going? Keep going.
So thanks. So okay, at the beginning it was all good. Right up until maybe went into middle school. In middle school, my parents had decided to split, and at that point, as a kid, you kind of resort to maybe it's your fault.
Sure.
Maybe it's something that you did, which I always thought because I was a really bad kid and I knew it. From there, me, my mom, and my sister had moved out and moved closer to where my sister was going to go to high school, which is Central High School. And from there on, it's really only been me and my mom and my sister.
Yeah.
Me and my sister started getting close. We would always have fallouts here and there. It wasn't really until she moved out that her and I became closer. And then it was just me and my mom at that point. I think around junior year was when things got really dark. I dated a guy for a while who was addicted to the synthetic weed, and he would constantly smoke it, and I felt like I needed to fix him.
Yep.
So that was a really dark time in that part. Finally got out of there, moved on to a guy who we were great for a while. Started working a job where I was working 14 plus hours.
A day?
No sleep. Yep. Felt like I had no sleep. I was also trying to do school at that time.
Yep.
Only had 2 days off, and during those 2 days I was asleep. I was hibernating for those 2 days. Got to a really low point that actually I had decided to take almost half a bottle of prescription drugs.
In hopes to not wake up. Okay.
I did wake up.
Of course you did.
And I'm very thankful I woke up.
100%.
Got put into a rehab facility for a while.
Yeah.
About a week. Went through therapy, got on some new medications. And then outside of, once when I got released, I started going to an outside therapy. Stopped that because I didn't think my problems were big enough. Listening to group therapy was not for me.
Yeah, I've stated on this podcast that group therapy has basically been my saving grace in terms of my struggle.
Yeah.
But obviously our experiences are different. People can. I've talked about this a little bit too, but obviously the things we go through in life are individual experiences based on what we go through.
Right.
But the resulting emotion from those experiences is where we can feel understanding with someone.
Right.
So you go through something traumatic, painful, unique to you. I go through something traumatic and painful, unique to me. But the resulting emotion then is maybe sadness.
Right.
And that's where the understanding between us can come through. And I think it's more challenging in something that's more general in your setting, but obviously what I went through is very specific, right? I lost someone to suicide.
Right.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
So when you go to group therapy, that's what they've been with. That's the trauma. So it's super specific and everyone is relating.
Yeah.
But yours is more of a generalized to your life, so it's hard to be in group therapy even though some people may have a resulting same emotion.
Right.
So when you go to one-on-one stuff, it's a bit more effective.
It was a lot easier. But even then, I think I probably only had like one-on-one session outside of the rehab facility. And even then I just felt like this wasn't for me. So I got out, felt like I could do it on my own.
Sure.
I mean, I was good for a while, just kept going. I resorted into a lot of self-harm. My body took a big beating for a while. Got into some pretty bad, not really relationships, but like...
They're relationships.
They're whatever. They're something.
I mean, technically they're relationships.
I mean, I wouldn't count them as relationships because they didn't want to be committed.
I mean, what we have is a relationship.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Everything you have is a friendship, is a relationship, you know.
It was a fake ship. We'll call it that.
Sure.
So I got into a lot of those. Actually had gotten into a pretty abusive one. And finally, as of last year, have not really released myself, but freed myself from it.
Taking the power back.
Yes. I saw you look at my wristband. I
see you fidgeting.
I am.
You're a bit nervous.
It's hard, but it's become easier to talk about.
Yeah, say that again. Say that again.
It's hard, but it's become easier to talk about.
Beautiful.
It really does make me like super nervous because, like, to me in my head right now, so many people are just judging that, like, I'm terrified.
They're not.
I know. It's just in here. So
yeah,
I finally freed myself. Finally called BS on all the things that he was saying to me. I think the last straw for me was being held down, and I was literally screaming, and he had his hand over my face, and woke up the next morning and I had bruises all over my face that I was able to pull off as a rash because they weren't bad, but they were still there.
You're amazing.
You suck. So.
You're amazing.
Finally called BS on all of his threats about damaging my car, about showing up to where I live and where I work, and was able to get out of that free and physically in my car safely unharmed from all of that. And I fell into fitness, which was a serious lifesaver.
Yeah. We'll go into that for sure.
Yeah, after work, I'd be there. There were still days that I was like, I really don't feel like working out.
Yeah.
Like, this is not what I want to do. So, I'd go home. But when I needed it, it was there.
For sure.
So I found myself there, and then starting to see the results, I found myself happier of how I looked and just felt better, like overall healthier with changing the diet, changing my life, and it's been a lot better.
Yeah.
So much better. It's a huge relief.
I'm proud of you. You're amazing. So it's actually, I don't know if it's a coincidence or not. I don't know what it is. It's the spiritual flow of life. But today was also the day that you and I partnered or collaborating on a t-shirt for You Are Loved. An extremely inspiring t-shirt. That today the You Are Loved Twitter and Instagram released basically the exact story in written format that you just expressed here today. So this will come out in about 2 weeks. So people will probably know a lot about your courage and your vulnerability. They'll probably have purchased your t-shirt, which is amazing too.
It's an awesome t-shirt.
It's a very good t-shirt. So thank you.
No, thank you for giving me the opportunity and strength to somewhat release my story.
Yeah, you did release it, not somewhat.
I know.
There's a lot of stuff in there, you know? And I think self-harm is something that people like kind of overlook when they're looking at mental health conditions.
I actually had I was actually talking to this guy And obviously I have this big tattoo on my leg that was never really planned. I do have a couple of scars up here that are my deepest.
Yep.
And those came into the topic, and he said that he never understood why people did that. And I told him it's to feel something for me. In that moment of when this happened, I literally was so numb that even taking the blade, I couldn't feel anything. And it was something to help me try to feel, to let me know that I'm still alive. But it kind of let me down in a way, because I was so broken and so hurt that I couldn't feel anything until it was like the next morning.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's time to change. It's time to get my life back.
Taking the power back. Personally, I'm not familiar with self-harm. What I know is what I know from you and a few other people that I've talked to about it. But from my trying to learn more about it and educating myself on it, it's the idea that you're mentally feeling so beat down, so worthless, that if you feel like you feel some sort of physical pain, it'll take the pain away from what you're feeling in your mind. And that's really challenging and hard spot to be in. And a lot of the times, right, where the people who do self-harm are hiding their cuts, they're easily hidden, so you may never know someone who's who's self-harming and going through such a deep, dark spot.
Right.
So which really goes to show you that you really just have to check in on your people, even the ones who think have it all together or smiling all the time. They also need a friendly reminder that you're there for them, and that also there's different strategies and different coping mechanisms to deal with these deep, dark thoughts, like being the bridge to like professional help or a friend, you know, and all these things.
Yeah.
And I mean, it does all these, obviously these things don't happen overnight. You don't just all of a sudden wake up and be like, okay, I want to talk about my feelings and how much pain I'm in. You know, obviously there's a long process that it goes, but if you know that someone's there and someone cares, it can be just a little bit easier to then want to seek some help and then find some different coping strategies to deal with wanting to self-harm. And I think you found those strategies in your life today.
I have.
On July 23rd, 2020.
Yes, I have.
You have. It's beautiful. So, in saying that, if you haven't checked out the shirt that is inspired by Alex, please go to youarelovelife.com and check it out. And read her story as well that accompanies the shirt. And also check out the website as a whole. If you're feeling like you need some mental health tools, tips, or resources, check it out or DM me. I don't have all the answers, but I can lead you to the answers. I never said that before. That was pretty cool. Feeling pretty cool about that one. Bud Light. Cheers.
Now you have to say that every time.
I don't know if I'm going to remember it.
Just play this one back.
Yeah, I will. I will play it back.
Right.
So now let's take a little deep dive into fitness.
Okay.
So at the start of the year, were you working out? Start of January 2020, were you working out?
I was. Not as much as I was now. In January, I was still making the excuses of, I'm tired.
Sure.
I can have pizza. Let's go get pizza. That was the life. I would, when we would travel, I would work out.
Right.
Every now and then, here and there, maybe, but not as often as I was honestly, my gym anxiety was still there to where I was able to get into the gym and know certain things to do. But I'd probably only last like 30 minutes in the veil. So
for people out there listening who may want to go work out or thinking about starting a fitness program, or just in general, they're thinking about just buying a gym membership. I mean, it's a bit tricky now in COVID-19 with gyms being open, whatever, but eventually when things are normal and running back gyms-wise, what was your biggest factor in not wanting to go to a gym?
I was scared I was going to end up on one of those videos of what not to do at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
That's what terrified me, and that like everybody was going to be staring at me while I'm doing something either right or wrong.
Yeah. So you're intimidated by not knowing what you were doing.
Plus you have like all these really fit people around, like the gym that I was going to at the time. So I was like, maybe I just won't for now.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of pop my head in here and there, maybe do the Stairmaster.
Yeah.
But it was most of the anxiety of going and looking at other people.
Yeah.
I did find, however, it's gonna sound silly, I wore a hat for the good portion of beginning of my going to the gym and stuff, and also wear a hat here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But in my thought process, if I can't see them, they can't see me.
That's not a bad. I don't think that's bad. Bad way of thinking.
I mean,
again, you're trying to focus on what you're doing, right?
Yeah. I also didn't know like what to do, what lifts to do and stuff like that. So most everything I kind of learned from YouTube, except when I started.
Ooh.
You turning off my mic?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Except when I started with the Hustle team, they actually have an app that some coaches use. It's called Trainerized.
Mm-hmm.
And on there has videos and workouts for you to do. So if you don't know how to do something, it's there. You don't have to go like search through YouTube and stuff like that.
Right.
It's already right there that you can just hit play, which was a huge help when I started working with them and doing their workouts.
Yeah. So I've been working out pretty consistently since 2008. Mm-hmm. Yeah, since 2008. And the idea of going to the gym and doing something you've never done before by yourself is very intimidating. Mm-hmm. It's very intimidating. Especially if you're someone who's not, obviously you're going to the gym because you want to make physical changes. So maybe you're not fully happy with the way you look, or you feel like you might be overweight or out of shape, and you're going to go to the gym and see all these people who are doing like these amazing things, who look like they have it all together, and it's very intimidating. Those feelings are real and those feelings are valid, but just like anything else in life, the way to kind of overcome those things is to first figure out why you want to do it, find your reason why. And I think if you do that, as well as educate yourself on safety and how to exercise correctly for your body type and what goals you want to accomplish, then stepping into the gym is a little bit less scary.
Yeah.
And also maybe finding a gym buddy, someone you know who kind of works out regularly, going with them, having them show you the ropes, watching YouTube videos, or of course you can hire a personal trainer, which is the number one thing you should do. If you have the funds, because obviously that's a luxury to hire a personal trainer, which is an amazing. Personal trainers are amazing if they know what they're doing. I was a personal trainer for a really long time. When I graduated college, up until about 2018, I was a personal trainer. I still take a few clients here and there, but just depends. But
yeah,
the fitness industry is it's a very cool one because
it is. And honestly, so I've actually have been in and out of the gym since probably like 2016, 17-ish area. Mm-hmm. My gym anxiety was so bad once. I actually had paid for a gym membership for a full year and maybe went 5 times.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are like that, especially when the new year hits,
Right, but I was comfortable yet uncomfortable in my body. I had lost the weight from a relationship because I had, in this relationship, we ate fast food and McDonald's all the time. And don't get me wrong, I could really mess up a Big Mac right now.
For sure.
But that's because I'm really hungry. But once when we broke up, I had lost, not scale-wise, but looks-wise, a lot of my weight.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too unhappy with how I looked. I just wanted to be healthier and eat better. So once when kind of the end of 2019, now beginning of 2020, I had this goal of being in my first competition, and I did have a gym buddy
for sure,
for a while, who helped me get started. And then, but now when I had this goal, that's all my mind would think of. I originally wanted to start prep for Europa in June. Yes, I think it was June. But
June of what?
Of this year, of 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I originally wanted to start prep for June of this year, but when I started with the Hustle team...
Be more specific, prep for a bodybuilding show?
Yes, for a bodybuilding show.
Okay.
But when I started with the Hustle Harder team, Kerrigan and Brandon had informed me that I would probably mess up my metabolism a lot more trying to prep for that show because I wasn't ready. Like, I hadn't done any reverse type thing. My calories were super low to even do it. So I was like, well, what I want to do is I want to do a show this year. That is my main goal.
2020, you want to do a show?
Yes.
Okay.
So August 29th of 2020.
August 29th of 2020.
Of 2020.
You will be competing in a show.
I will step on stage at a show.
In Austin, Texas.
In Austin, Texas.
Called what?
Called the NPC Show of Champions.
MPC Show of Champions.
Yes.
I will be in attendance for this. I'm very excited.
So, at the Palmer Event Center, in case anybody wants
Palmer
to go.
Event Center, Austin, Texas, August 29th.
Yes.
And we will be celebrating after the event with
My birthday.
for her birthday, which is on the 14th of August.
Yes.
We'll be celebrating with some drinks. I will have some drinks.
I will have water and a big giant burger.
And we'll have some burgers, and it'll be cool. So if you're in Austin, fucking come out, pull up.
Head over. We'll be there.
So fitness became a big priority in your life in terms of it was basically therapy for you.
Yes. Like, probably the best form of therapy for me I've ever,
found.
I've had, yeah.
Yeah. It's a huge for me too.
Yeah, I'm not really big on talking to, I've gotten actually better throughout my years on talking to people. Mm-hmm. Like I said earlier, it's become a lot easier to talk about
even in our
issues.
short relationship,
Yes.
we've had some good deep cries and some deep conversations.
There are times where I can hug you and everything would be okay. I hug you and I start bawling my eyes out.
Mm-hmm. I have that effect.
So yeah, no.
I don't know if it's a good effect or not.
So aware. So
these mini Bud Lights are real cute.
They are super cute. I feel like you're finishing it way too slow.
I'm not trying to get drunk. I'm just trying to enjoy my time with you.
I feel like that's just a two-sipper.
Well, I was going to this party. I think it was a July 4th party, and I got invited over to someone's house.
Oh my.
And I didn't want to go empty-handed, and I didn't know if they had Bud Lights, and so I was like, oh, for sure, I'm gonna get some Bud Lights. So I stopped at a racetrack to get some Bud Lights, and I just grabbed the first package I saw.
Look at it.
And I didn't see it was minis, and I got into the house. I'm like, yo, I got some Bud Lights, whatever.
Oh.
And I pull out it's miniature size, and I'm like, damn, guys, my bad. That's on me. So obviously we ended up not drinking them, and I still have a case, but they're nice and convenient for a good Thursday night.
I mean, they are. They're really cute.
But I kind of feel like have you ever seen the Burger King commercial where the Burger King commercial is hella big, but the dude has the small hands, but then his homeboy feeds him the burger?
Yeah.
That's so cute. I feel like it's the opposite because my hands are kind of weirdly large, and then the Bud Light.
You have a really tiny
hand. The Bud Light's miniature. So okay, so fitness became your top priority in the beginning of the year.
Yes.
And then, did you know at the beginning of the year that you wanted to do a show, or what was the deciding factor that made you want to say, I'm committing to doing a show? This is it.
So at the beginning of the year, I did know that I wanted to do a show. I didn't know if I was going to be ready or if I was prepared, because I'm going into this completely knowing nothing.
Right.
What got me started was I enjoy, I want the physique of a bodybuilder, in the bikini division. I think that has been always my top goal. I just never thought I could do it.
Sure.
Never thought I could also step on stage or do what I'm doing right now.
For sure. That's amazing.
So
yeah.
I went into it completely knowing nothing. And a couple of not coaches, but gym owners have told me that I had the body for it, that I could potentially do it.
Right.
And they're actually both competitors as well. So I thought, well, why not?
They kind of planted the seed.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? This is going to help me more in what I'm trying to achieve in my life, which is more self-confidence. Like, try to step out of my comfort zone because I'm so comfortable that I will stay somewhere that's so not good for me until they decide to end it or until something decides to end it.
Yeah.
Not me.
Right.
So I felt like this is going to do it. This is going to do it for me. I'm going to get up in stage and, well, now that COVID happened, it's probably a limited amount of people. But in my head, I was like, I'm going to get up on stage in front of a lot of people, do these poses in a bikini, in heels, and I'm going to rock it. And I'm still going to do it. I know that things have been limited and people, may or may not go.
We'll socially distance and we'll wear masks.
Yes, which is what they're doing.
Yeah, but we'll be there.
So,
for sure.
For right now, it is still a go. It got confirmed multiple times, especially for today. I saw that it was still confirmed. So I will be up on that stage whether people like it or not, because
I think people are going to like it.
It's going to happen.
So you're on this date right now, you're about 5 weeks out.
5 weeks in a day, it'll be 5 weeks.
What's the diet like daily? How many calories are you intaking?
Currently right now it's close to around 900 calories a day.
900 calories a day?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I am down to 40 grams of carbs, 30 grams of protein, and 35 grams of fat a day.
Holy cow. Mm-hmm. 900 calories a day.
Yep. And my coach, actually, I did a check-in yesterday, and he told me to start preparing for no carbs.
But still the same calorie intake.
Huh?
Is your caloric intake going to decrease when you decrease your carbohydrate intake?
Yeah. That's going to be fun. And I'm going to be very, very grumpy. I just already feel it just because I am a food person. I love food. I have always loved food. Mm-hmm. And now I can't. And
you have a good relationship with food.
Oh my gosh, it's the best.
Yeah.
Like it almost never disappoints me.
For sure.
And then now I feel on my Facebook and on my Instagram, all that's popping up is food.
Of course.
That I can't eat. It's all carb-loaded food. I had a bread bowl stuffed pasta thing show up on my Facebook the other day. Bread stuffed pasta.
Yeah, no, I get it. It sounds fantastic. There. Yeah, I know. It sounds great.
Yeah. But right now it's a whole bunch of egg whites, turkey, spinach. Mm-hmm.
Exciting foods.
Hot sauce. Like, that's all I can basically season my food. I mean, I did find, I can't remember what brand it is, but it's like a no-calorie Thousand Island, but I'm going to have to start cutting that out because the sodium in it is too much, so I can't retain water.
No, you can't.
No.
Okay, let's backtrack a second. So we'll backtrack a second. So a few coaches or a few gym owners told you that you would be able to compete, you have the body for it, to look for it. Mm-hmm. And then was there another decision afterwards, or you're just like, fuck it, I'm just going to do a show?
I just pretty much said, fuck it, I'm going to do a show.
And then...
so 2 girls actually on my team, I had talked to...
This team, Hustle Hard?
Yes, this team, my Hustle Harder team.
Yeah.
2020, established in 2020, because it was actually... They were 2 separates, and then they're fiancés now, so they combined their
they're
team.
Husband and wife?
Yes.
Sick. Love to see it. Check them out on Instagram. Anyways.
Yes. So I actually talked to one of the girls, and she was telling me about it. She did her first show last year. Mm-hmm. And so she was basically just, letting me know everything about it. You really have to be prepared. And she's told me, she's like, you have to be prepared for this, especially mentally. So about, I don't know, the end of, once when I actually freed myself from that guy, I was like, I am good. let's do this. You have to be so prepared mentally that nothing in your outside life from the gym and prep will touch you.
Yeah.
I've learned that very hard these past few weeks.
Yeah.
So hard.
I mean, you've committed to this, very incredibly, right? Because you're on obviously the diet is the most important thing.
Yes.
For sure.
For sure.
So that really cuts out your ability to like go out to eat with friends or, family gatherings where there's all just whatever kind of food people are eating. You have to really work out every day, obviously. But there's a lot of space in between not working out and eating where you just like have a lot of free time.
Yeah.
Where you're like, obviously the mind races, of course. So what in that free space, how are you preventing yourself from breaking your diet? Just
Honestly,
commitment levels or?
Commitment levels is huge. There have been a lot of times where people will constantly offer me things.
For sure.
And you kindly deny it and they're like, but you can at least have one taste. It's not going to hurt you that bad.
Yeah.
Or you can have like one drink. The alcohol is not going to hurt you that bad. And I'm like, I could if I wanted to, but that's not who I am.
Right.
I'm going to stay strict to what my coaches gave me, and I'm going to do this to my best ability possible. That's free time,
that's the fucking vibe right there.
if I'm absolutely starving, I will drink a lot of water. Or it's time to go to bed.
Bed is a good option to not eat.
Yeah. So those are kind of the things I do. I usually try to space out my meals enough. If it ends up being a bigger meal that I have made myself, I'll chop it into 2 meals. But I basically tried to spread my food out long enough to not be hungry.
Yeah.
Especially at work. Work is the hardest one I've run into. I want to snack
all day.
A lot.
Yeah, for sure.
So much. But if I'm at least keeping myself busy, up, walking around, not even focusing on it, I've missed a meal before that I'd have to scarf down real fast before ending my day.
So you've gotten used to this kind of regimen.
Yes, pretty much.
And how long total is your prep? You start when to when?
I've been in it since April 10th.
So April 10th, start August 29th show date.
20 weeks.
20 weeks total of prep. Wow. It's a lot of dedication.
It is.
But it's paying off. Obviously, you look amazing right now.
Yes.
And so you if someone's starting to prep for a show right now, what would you recommend they do? Obviously, hire a coach for sure.
Yes, definitely look into coaches. I feel everybody, unless they don't have like great, not really reviews, you're gonna hit that one coach. You have to know what you want first. I went into a coach that I needed more attention. I had known nothing. I didn't feel like I was getting the education that I needed. I was basically given a plan, and there you go.
Yeah.
But when I joined the Hustle Harder team, it was nice because they had an app and they can look at everything. Mm-hmm. There's no leeway of slacking. Otherwise, it's put on you. They can see your weight check-in. They can see your foods. They can see your MyFitnessPal links to the app. They can see that. They can see your progress pictures and what you're doing at the gym. So that's what I needed in my life was accountability.
More accountability, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That might be our favorite word on this podcast.
Accountability. Yeah. That's what I needed the most, was to be held accountable for what I was or was not doing.
For sure.
And they've always been so informative.
Informative, yeah.
Did I say that right?
That's a good word.
Okay.
You can make up words.
I mean, hey,
you can make up words on the show because we understand your point.
Okay, cool. So, they've always been that way.
This candles, look at this.
I've learned. What is happening here?
Well, it's so droopy. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
It's cracking.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have to get a new one.
Damn.
And clean that out.
Yeah. That's right. Anyways.
Okay, so and they've always answered my question not one worded or just very simple. Like they've given me a length of time or not like a length of time,
like a lengthy answer.
Yeah.
So you feel like they care, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and it's been super nice, super helpful.
Because you have to have a support system when you're doing something so challenging.
And then it's also nice because you're a part of a team, and on this team, you know, they have their own Instagram, so you know your team members.
Yeah.
They post the team members' stories like constantly, so you know your team members and who you can go to all the time. And I'm lucky enough to have a couple of girls on there that I've gotten close with.
For sure.
That I can go to and ask questions, get tips and tricks, and because it's still a learning process.
Yeah, you're still new to the sport.
I'm not gonna say that I know everything about whatever or that I really know anything. I'm going with the flow and trying to make it to August 29th, and then from there.
August 29th.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, for sure. Like, but with anything, you need a support system, right? So you have that in terms of people who know exactly what you're going through.
Yeah.
So you have a team of people who know what you're going through, been through it, so they can tell you what to expect, what not to expect, and they can kind of push you, over probably those really difficult hurdles.
Right.
You know, because there's going to be peaks and valleys with prep, right? Some days you're probably really angry and are like just upset, like, why am I doing this? You know, but then you figure out, okay, I'm doing this because I want to, and it means something to me. And then and then when you finally reach the goal of getting into August 29th, which you will, and crushing it, then you're like, oh, it's worth it. I crushed it.
Oh yeah, no,
and then we're gonna have a beer and a burger.
For sure. There's a lot of, especially getting closer. I feel there's a lot of peaks and valleys and stuff because all last week, I literally before I went into the gym, probably cried like 6 times.
Yeah.
Just need a good cry, wipe them tears, and then now you gotta go do your business. And you gotta make it through.
It's been a challenging few weeks. It's been a challenging
month.
It's been a challenging few months for everyone involved, but for personal reasons, it's been a bit challenging for the both of us. But we are working through it together. Mm-hmm. How's your mom been through this prep training? She's supportive.
My mom is my number one fan.
Fuck yeah.
So as people don't know, I actually moved back in with my mom at the beginning of March, way before COVID even happened. I think it had just been announced that it was like a new sickness. I moved back in with her in hopes to move to Florida by the end of this year. Obviously, certain financial things took a toll due to COVID, so that won't be happening. But she has been literally my rock during this whole thing. If I am not up at I'll usually now wake up around 4 or so.
Whoa, dude!
Well, there's that!
Amazing! That's hilarious. Oh man, we're still going. We're still rolling. No problem. The phone, the recording device fell off.
Did you
the tripod
the right way?
We're just gonna put it back on here. No problem.
That is
Everything's
so
good.
funny.
Everything's great.
You know, why don't you have it facing the other way like you did last time?
I don't know, because this is hilarious though.
Can you please keep that part in?
This is gonna be in it for sure, dude.
Cool.
We don't cut anything here. This is raw footage. Oh no, stop zooming. Yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's money in the bank stuff right here. It's awesome.
This would happen during ours.
I love it. Okay, hold on. Let me reframe this, peeps. Stay with us. Love you all. This is awesome. Yeah, hustle hard. Or hustle harder.
Hustle harder.
Hustle hard.
Heard.
I think we're good.
You sure?
Yeah, looks pretty good. We're still going. We're still live. We're still rolling.
Well, I don't even know where I was having my story.
You're talking about your mom.
My mom, yes.
Hopefully, doesn't fall again, but if it does, who cares?
Hey, it made for a good show.
We're good.
So she's been a huge support. She will actually, if I don't come home until late, just from the, just being at the gym, I usually don't get home until 8, 8:30, and then I have to go to sleep and wake up at 4. So
you're working out once or twice a day?
I do fasted cardio in the morning, get ready for work, and then I do my regular workout, and then cardio at night. More cardio at night.
That's what's up.
But she'll she'll have turkey all cooked for me. And then like she'll do the dishes and stuff, and she's like, well, I have this done for you. And I was like, you're such an angel. And actually this morning I was running a little bit behind because I decided to fit my whole entire workout into one morning.
Yep.
Because I started late at work today. And she had cooked my egg whites for me. And she's like, I cooked them and your eggs. You just have to separate them with how you like it. And I was like, okay, Mom, you're the best. So she's been a huge help, and she's really kicked my butt. There are times that she's like, so when are you gonna go? When are you gonna go work out? And I was like, can I just lay in bed for 10 minutes? It's my day off.
That's what's up, Mom. That's what's up.
She pushes me because I think my mom has seen a lot of the abuse part I hid from everybody. That's just a thing. But she's seen a lot of my dark demons.
Yeah.
She's been.
I mean, she knows better now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody does now.
Not everybody, but.
But, you know.
But everybody. Everybody!
But, yeah, so she's seen my dark demons, so she sees how much just the gym has
means
helped
to you,
me.
yeah.
And she knows how much this actually means a lot to me. She's put some money towards my dream of stepping on stage. So.
Fuck yeah. I can't wait to give her a hug.
She's the best.
Can't wait to give her a hug when we see you up there. It's gonna be sweet.
Yes.
And plus, I got an Airbnb in Austin, so it's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be a party.
Pull up. Great. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you shared that. It's good.
She's my best friend now. I'm glad that her and I relationship went in a better path than. I was a very angry child. But I think that came with anger issues of.
I think the divorce had a lot to do with it, or.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I held and I still hold a lot of grudges that, you know.
For your dad or what?
Yeah, me and my dad, we haven't even really talked about. So if he watches this, he's gonna know. But I think he knows. There's a lot that's held in that. One day it will come out and we'll have that conversation.
Maybe this show will lead to a conversation between you two.
Maybe.
Which could be lovely.
But we'll see.
You never know. Okay, well that's good. I got a few more things to ask you.
Okay.
But not too much, because I think we got through the meat of what I wanted to talk about, which was you,
right,
and your brilliant story. But you have any current thoughts on what's going on in today's world? Anything that you want to share? Anything that means something to you? Or you'd like for people to hear? Anything? It's current thoughts.
Current thoughts? Honestly, no. I think everything is just like a current mess for everybody. It's the whole coronavirus and stuff. Now becoming an essential worker, I guess. I think.
Because what's your job? Tell people your job.
I am a dental assistant / front desk at a dental office.
Sweet. All right, keep going.
So, with the new protocols and stuff like that, and everything that we have to do to make sure we stay safe, to make sure our patients stay safe, it's become so much that we weren't prepared to even open. I mean, like, we were prepared, but us as staff, like, we weren't ready to know what we were about to be hit with. How do we answer some of these questions?
Yeah.
Like, all of this things. So, I am for sure ready for things to kind of go back, but I know that it's not going to, because this is going to be a virus that's going to be around forever. It is what it is.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just like the flu. We're not going to fully get rid of something, because if that was the case, then we'd be able to get rid of like the flu and other stuff that started pandemics as well. It's just something that we're going to, I don't know. A lot of people say that when the election happens.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No, there's a lot of things that are happening now. They're going to be our new normal. I think a lot of people are going to want to wear masks.
Even
I think,
now,
personal hygiene is going to be more enforced because people are grody and they don't want to wash their hands after they leave the bathroom.
People did that anyways, and that's disgusting.
Yeah, so wash your hands.
It's so gross. So actually, I go to 2 different gyms. I go to Planet because it's closer to my house, so I'll do fasted cardio there, and then I'll go to Fitness Connection. Well, at Fitness Connection, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
You have to wear gloves. Planet, you only have to wear a mask.
Just wear a mask.
So I hadn't been in a couple of days. I don't know. I did fast cardio, so I had been, but it never really clicked until today. I felt so naked, like just naked, without wearing gloves.
Really?
Yes. I felt like I was like, oh my god, am I gonna get yelled at because I'm not wearing gloves? And then I remember I was like, I'm a Planet. They don't require it. But it's that factor that now at work, we have to wear a mask. I literally wear that mask everywhere. Like, I forget to take it off even when I'm sitting at lunch. Like, it's become such a normal thing that I don't even think about it anymore. Yeah. It's just there, and I'm just like,
I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Things are uncertain in terms of that regard. Okay. But I do know that you should wear a mask and you should wash your hands. Thanks.
Wash your hands, please.
Cool. And also, a tip, or not really a tip, but if you are looking to join a gym, the best possible gym to join if you are brand new to fitness is Planet Fitness.
It is.
Like, the environment's really kind. They have literally signs everywhere that say no judgment or judgment-free zone, which actually the case.
Actually, not gonna lie, I did see a no judgment zone sign at Fitness Connection.
So more gyms are adopting that, which is great, because you should not be judged at all for what you do or how you work out in the gym.
Started.
But yeah, so if you're looking for a spot to go, Planet Fitness is affordable. It's $10 a month, and it's great. So,
or $20-something a month if you want the black card, get tanning. And
massages. And you can go to any Planet Fitness in the whole entire world. I mean, I don't know why
I think we need to downgrade our...
This episode of Jaxon Talks to Everybody is sponsored by Planet Fitness.
And Bud Light.
And Bud Light. Unofficially. Officially, officially. Thank you so much. All right, one last question for you. We'll kind of wraps up everything that we talked about. But what does mental health mean to you specifically? How would you define it?
Can you even really define it?
For sure.
I don't know.
When you hear mental health, what does that mean to you?
My whole life.
Okay. Why?
Because I've dealt with depression, anxiety. I've also been diagnosed as bipolar, which that one just kind of throws me off. Could be, but
that's a very challenging and misunderstood
illness.
But anyways, go ahead.
But it's been my whole life. It's been a battle that I've struggled with even before I was a teenager.
Even before you were aware of what mental health was.
Oh yeah. And when I started becoming more aware of it, more understanding of what I'm going through, and that this is the suicide thoughts in my head were not a normal thing. Everything started clicking when I was younger about why I did things, why I thought this way. So to me, it's just a lot. Mental health is a lot to me. It's something that that will always be in my life. Mm-hmm. Not saying that I won't ever know how to handle things and know how to be a better version of who I was yesterday, but it will always be in my life as in, this is what I grew up with. Right. And this is who I am. So people can hopefully accept me as me.
But you accept you as you, and that's the most important part.
I've started accepting myself a lot more lately, probably over the last year or so. And then I started really respecting myself more over the last couple of months. Because I posted a picture that said, I've worked hard to get to where I am today. And I have. I fought many battles. I fought many times of not wanting to be alive to get to where I am today.
Alive and thriving now.
Mm-hmm. And we continue to do so.
That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah. Mental health, man. It's the, in my opinion, is the most important thing. Because it really relates to everything that we do in life. It's how we think, feel, and act. And it encompasses our entire life and journey. And if we can have open and honest, responsible conversation about it, that means that we then can protect our mental health at all costs, which really means that we're protecting our happiness and love for ourselves, and making that very, very important, which it is important. So, but yeah. So that's what I think of. I could go on about that, but yeah, it's very, very important. Protect it at all costs. Talk about it.
It is indeed. It's definitely a topic it's hard to talk about.
It is. It's not easy.
No, not at all. And even now, y'all saw, I get nervous at the beginning because it's not something that I want to talk about. I have always fought my battles alone and have kept myself sheltered from sharing any of my feelings. Like in my story, I can smile all day at you and you will not know that deep down inside I am literally hurting
in pain.
To the core.
Yeah, in a lot of pain.
And and I got good at it at one point, but I got too good at it.
Yeah.
Too good at it to where, I did lead to the point of suicide, which I never thought I would do.
Yeah.
I've always had the thoughts, but I never wanted to act on them because I was honestly scared to die. So when you get to that point of maybe it wouldn't be so bad. It's honestly scary. I was very happy to wake up. Scared, but very happy.
Do you still have some of those thoughts, or?
Actually, no. I think I stopped having them probably around last year. When I found, a new purpose, I found I found a way to help me not be so alone. I love my job. I wake up every morning and I'm super excited to go because I love the people that I work with. I stay alive for my mom and my sister. And I know that the thought of even thinking of my mom having to lose me terrifies me.
Yeah.
So those thoughts, I haven't had one in a very, very long time.
And staying alive for yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Staying alive to see what my future holds for me.
Beautiful.
Is exciting now.
Yeah.
It used to be terrifying, but now I'm excited because things keep happening. And though, the battle, you still have the times that are going to take you down.
Yeah.
Those still come and come and go. But it's learning to pick yourself up, and
it's more manageable now. Coping strategies and different outlets and support systems.
Yeah. Before, I'd go down and I would want to just sit in bed. Don't talk to me. Just let me sleep all day. Heck no. Get me out of this house. I was like, I want to go out. Go hiking. Go do something.
Yeah, we went on a cool couple hikes.
We did. You gotta show me those areas you've been going to.
That's like 15 minutes from here.
Deal.
We can go after your birthday party.
Bet.
Yeah, I think that's it. But
now that we've dug into my life.
Yeah. Start a podcast. I'll tell you about my life.
All right, I will.
I routinely talk about myself on here. I'm doing a lot of solo episodes now. I don't know if you've seen. But yeah. So basically, I'm just kind of rambling and ranting for about an hour. I don't know if anyone's enjoying them, but it's kind of been a nice little release for me, and I've been enjoying kind of exploring.
Especially what has happened to us in the past couple of weeks and months. It's good to get it out there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people out there know, what
for sure
has gone on, so they can relate and understand where we're coming from, especially where you're coming from.
Yeah.
More in here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been nice exploring all that stuff. But quick little note before we end. I know that I speak a lot about mental health on this podcast, and hopefully some of the things that I say resonate with you and help you in your journey or in your daily lives. But once again, this should not be a replacement for getting real professional help. So if you feel like you're struggling or you're not doing well at all, there is crisis text lines available. There's a suicide prevention hotline or lifeline are available. But then again, please, if you really feel like you need help, please go seek that professional help. It will help, and it is important because we want to see you survive and thrive, just like Alex over here. So thank you. Thank you for coming on, talking to me. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for letting us create a t-shirt inspired by your story.
Yes.
Again, thank you for sharing, coming to Everybody's Land, talking to me, letting me drink Bud Lights in front of you, even though you can't have alcohol yet because your show's soon.
It's okay. I was never a drinker to begin with.
That's true. You did always watch me just drink.
I did.
Anyways, I'm genuinely grateful for all of you guys that you watch this, and please rate, review, subscribe, like, comment, whatever.
Sure.
Let me know what you want me to talk about, or if there's any more specific things that you want me to share on this show or this podcast. But tell a friend about it. That'd be awesome. I love you all. Stay well. Cheers.
And good night.